everybody. My name is Shauna. I think most of you guys know me by now, but I want to welcome you to the virtual world. As you are probably experiencing, everything is done on Zoom these days. And so I just want to give you some helpful tips, some things that will really just help you navigate the Zoom world that we live in today. So as you are hopping on our different Zooms that we have, whether you're hopping on with a trainer, or maybe you're hopping on for our webinars or our training sessions that we have multiple times a week, when you log in, just so you know, you'll get that link. It'll ask you to register. You can put your first name, your last name. When you put your last name in, if you just go to the end of your name, put a space, and then put PHP, what that does for you is it allows you, once you're in the room with everybody and then we break off, it allows you to go into the training room with everybody else. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And so that just allows you to be in that breakout class for your training. Another thing is sometimes you'll see maybe at the beginning of your name, it'll say like OR, or it'll say FS, or it'll say ABC, or EFG, I don't know. It'll say something maybe at the beginning or at the end of your name. If you see that, don't be alarmed. That's probably just your marketing director that's making sure that you get into a special class that maybe you qualified for, or maybe it's your next step in just the classes that you're in line to go through. So don't be alarmed, don't change it, just leave it and you'll make it into the right class. So don't worry about that. Also, I recommend be on anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes early. We usually have kind of a pump up session before, so you can kind of know what the lineup's going to be for the day, but it also allows you to get in there, just figure out any technical difficulties you have, and also get renamed if you're having issues with that. So you can reach out to someone and be like, I can't rename myself, or you can't figure it out. But usually, even if you're in the class and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to put PHP. If you click on participants and you find your name, just click on your name and there'll be a couple options. One of them will say rename, and that's where you can just go in there, type, and put PHP at the end of your name. So don't ever freak out if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it in my class. Just put that PHP at the back of your name and you'll make it into your class. So another thing is just, I would also recommend for your guests, let them know to be on early too, because sometimes they have technical difficulties. Remember the first time you logged into a Zoom? It was probably kind of crazy, right? You're like, how do I turn on my camera? How do I turn on my audio? Do I connect to the audio? Do I not connect to the audio? It can be a crazy world, right? So have them log in early, make sure they put their first and last name. If they're having trouble with that, help them with that too, of like, hey, you can rename yourself. A lot of times we'll have people that'll say like George, or Jose, or Lonnie, or just a one-word name, or Joseph, or something like that. And we don't always know who that person belongs to, so we can't give you credit for that person showing up if we don't know that they're your person. So recommend just let them know, put their first and last name so that you're able to find them and know that they were on, and that would be great. Also, you'll see when you're in the training session, they'll say, hey, sign in, and they'll give you a link, right? And they'll say, you'll want to sign in with this link. When we're all together with the guests, so at the beginning, when we're all together and you see everybody, just be aware in the chat, if you type anything in the chat, everybody sees it. So it's like we're having a big conversation with everybody. So if you ever have any questions, reach out to the host. The host is usually myself, or it's Kelroy, or one of the other marketing directors. So feel free to find, when you're in the chat, if you have a question, find the host and ask the host. That way you're having just a one-on-one conversation versus a full-blown conversation with the whole group. So just be aware of that, and also just dress to impress. It's almost like if we were all coming to the office together, look your best. It's like you're showing up and you're ready to rock and roll with your classes. We have some amazing trainers, guys. Because of the virtual world, it's like we're able to fly in millionaires. It's kind of crazy to say, but we're able to have access to all these different amazing trainers. We have executive vice presidents, we have CDOs. We have all these different people that are able to be your trainers, and so we just really want to respect them and make sure that we're, looking our best and also having our cameras on. And I know people have technical difficulties, so let's work those kinks out. Let's work together. Once again, I'm excited that you're joining us in this virtual world of learning. It has become the pandemic way, and we're so glad that we've been able to pivot and we've all been able to help each other out in the process. And it's become such a great way to connect all of us. I'm looking forward to working with all of you, to helping you guys learn, grow, and it's going to be an exciting ride. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to the day when we can all meet in person. It's going to be a crazy, awesome family reunion. But until then, I look forward to seeing you virtually on our Zooms, and I'll see you soon.